I'm Hello Rodney, and thanks for clicking on my video. Well, in some of my videos that I've done, I've got some really nice comments. The last videos I've done. But I really have managed to alienate just about everybody that I know. Oh, it's so sad. Oh. I love this jacket. And this shirt. I like them a lot. Manzoni, Italy. I haven't been to the doctor in a while. I went to the doctor. I had an appointment. Got canceled. The doctor had something to do. I rescheduled. It's been rescheduled twice, and then I missed the last appointment. I rescheduled that one. Because the way my life is, it is what it is. See, my life has been always like this. Up and down, up and down. And, it goes up, and it stays up for a while, and then it starts to go down, and it stays down for a while, and then it starts to go up. Well, for about the last few years, it went down, and it hasn't come up. And I did a video. It's on there. It's on YouTube. You'll see it. It says pot sucks. It's a little video. I looked at that video. I said, wow, man. It really looked horrible in that video. I look better now. I lost a lot of weight. Walking, and then I think combination of walking and the stuff I went through medically had a big influence on that. And I've got to get back to the doctor because I don't know what's going on. Because I never really considered too much about this thyroid issue. I said, I'm on medication. I think they tried to get the medication right. It seems like the medication was right. I don't know if it's right anymore or not. But it's like I'm not coming out of it. And I think I'm alienating a lot of people. I live by myself. That's okay. I live by myself. I live by myself. But I wouldn't wish this on anyone. I wouldn't wish this life on anyone. I wasn't going to say anything, but I was smoking pot for a long time. I had this medical thing I was going through, and then I had this other issue that I was going through, personal issue that dealing with this house. This house was a 4.5 year project. So a friend of mine had some pot, he grows pot, or he grew some anyway. He doesn't grow, he's not like a grower, he grew some. He gave me some pot, I smoked it. And then I naturally went out and I found a dealer. I was getting medical marijuana out of an adjoining state. And I sat on my sofa for 9.5 months and smoked pot day and night. Yeah. Day and night. That's why I missed a bunch of medical appointments and all that. So fuck it, I'm not going to do anything. And finally I just said, man, I can't do this anymore. I prayed about it and quit smoking pot. I've been in a funk for years. Most of you people, you only know me when I'm in this funk. You don't know me when I'm really happy. I make these. You should see my paintings. I look at my paintings, and some of my paintings look like, man, they're made by the happiest guy in the world. And those paintings I was some of the most depressed ever when I was making those paintings. But they're bright and they're beautiful. I don't know if I'm trying to, because I didn't want to make the dark paintings. But I don't paint anymore either. I don't know how long this video is going to go on, because the video, it might stop. I think there's only an hour on this video, on this camera. I think it's an hour. My last video was 30-something minutes, I think. No, I erased it, that's right. So I can sit here for an hour. That's right. Unless maybe the video will go out and the battery's dead or whatever. A while ago I said, I'm just going to go for a ride. I'll go to this little town that's about 8 miles away. The only thing that's there is a grocery store and a Walgreens and some crap like that, So fuck it, I'll just go to the grocery store and walk around, So I got in the vehicle and I drove, and I said, what am I doing? I just turned around and came home. What am I doing? I'm going to go walk around a grocery store for entertainment? I mean, oh my God, is that what I'm going to do? I just came home. This guy has been watching my videos a long time. He's a good guy. And he said, because he lives out in the middle of nowhere too, but I think he's married, But living by yourself is different. And all that stuff agitates me so much. It's just aggravating. It's just, I feel like there's so many people that are just needling me. I think there's a lot of people in this country that feel needled. And sometimes I think the best thing for the United States to do is just bring all the troops home from everywhere. Say, okay, you guys can do it on your own. Be cool. We owe a bunch of people money. We just crank up the printing press, put 3 extra zeros on a $1 bill, and just pay everybody off. I'll be wiped out. I'll be totally wiped out, but that's okay. I'm going to get wiped out anyway. The way things are going, we're all going to get wiped out. So just crank up the printing press. A loaf of bread will be $20, Bakers will be making $65 an hour or $100 an hour. So what? Pay everybody off, then we don't have to worry about anything. And then all the people that want us to fail, we failed, okay? And then the Russians will take over Europe and the Chinese will take over Asia. What's his name? Gorbachev was blasting Putin the other day. Putin's not even the head. He's the guy, the puppet guy behind the show or whatever. Russians are going to go back, looks like the way they used to be at this point in the game. Chinese, they got no love lost for anybody. I didn't know exactly what that means, love loss. It's just word came out of my mouth. I don't even know what it means actually, love loss. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Politically, it's very interesting. The Chinese have this thing, that they don't really want to be. Well, what is their saying? I don't know exactly. Something about interesting times. That if you live in interesting times, that's kind of bad. I guess everybody wants to be bored, which is true. I mean, we live in very interesting times right now. The country can't support the way things are going. We're doomed. We can't support it. There's no money. And the way that oil's going to go, there's going to be trillions of freaking dollars leave the pockets of American people going over to the places that own the oil. We're going to be like a third world country, and I think that's the way a lot of people are planning it. I think, I mean, I don't want to get involved in those kind of conversations anymore. Really, fuck it. Nobody cares anyway. Because no one really believes what I say until it happens. And they say, oh, yeah, I remember. There was a guy making videos. He said some shit like that. Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that. I bought a book yesterday. I bought a book, a research book. Bought it from a guy. It was on Craigslist. I talked to him. It was a very interesting guy I talked to. He owned this book. He used to be an art dealer. He invited me to come up and visit him. Super intelligent guy. He used to be partners in an art gallery. He sold out to his partner and wrote a video game. Got some good response on it, so they're in the process of producing this thing. It's a video game for kids, some sort. I don't know what it is. I think it's an educational thing or something. He was telling me that his 13-year-old did all the listings on his Craigslist. I thought that was kind of cool. Guy's in his 50s. He's got a 13-year-old. Wow. I have a daughter. She's 35 years old. She was an attorney. Now she's not an attorney anymore. She stays home with her two kids, my little granddaughters. They're very well off. Thank God. Her and her husband met in law school. Very successful people. Thank God. I'm so happy. Because, when you have children, you have to worry about them. But I don't worry about her. She's super intelligent. Her husband's super intelligent. The little kids are super intelligent. It's great. So I sit here in my studio by myself. And do nothing. Except drink coffee. And wonder what I'm going to do. I'm so tired of doing what I've been doing. But I haven't been doing anything for 3 years, so I guess that tells you something. I really haven't done much. Just kind of eke by, and that's okay. Huh. That's okay. These videos I make. It's interesting. It must be interesting for people to look at these videos that I make. Not particularly this one. This is not such an interesting video. But I wonder why people watch my videos. Because I end up alienating. I end up alienating a bunch of people. It's funny, most of my friends are hippies. Because I used to be like that when I was younger. The coffee shop. They all know my politics. They still love me. Because I'm very lovable. But I'm a reactionary. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of being a reactionary. Because if people treat me really good, I mean, it will be hard for them to out-treat me good. It's just one of those things. My dad, I remember a friend used to say, your dad he used to, because when someone would come to our home, my dad would always say, he was very, very, he was a farmer, he was very hospitable, and he would, what can I get you to eat? You want something to eat? You want something to drink? He kept bugging him, Oh, it was great. And that's kind of the way I am. I always try to give people something when they come here to visit me. I try to make everyone feel comfortable, and that's the way I am when I'm in public too. But if there's people in public that are kind of assholes, then I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut. That's not wise, especially at my age. Too old. I'm too old. I was mellower in my mid-20s when I was married. My wife was a really, really good person. And we still talk, we have a daughter and 2 grandkids together. But she changed a lot. And she was very concerned about me. It was good. It's good to have someone that's concerned about you. I mean, anyone that's really concerned about me. Well, actually, I do. I have a friend that's concerned about me. But as far as being with a woman, my God, it's been such a long time. And I think part of the reason is because of my own fault. Because I know who I am. I don't want to subject any woman to being with me. Because I'm too selfish. I want to do what I want to do, and I'm too selfish. That's just the way it is. I wish it wasn't the way it is, but I just can't do a bunch of stuff that I just don't want to do. And that's selfishness. I don't bend so much. I'm a better friend than I would be a husband or a boyfriend. A boyfriend I can handle. I'm good at that. I'm good at being a boyfriend. But, this woman, we were laying in bed, she says, where is this going? What are we doing, I couldn't say anything. I was just fucking numb, because I knew what she wanted me to say. There was this other woman who was always saying, oh, we're going to get married. I said, oh, no, we're not. She was when I was living in L.A. It's not like I lie to anybody. I don't lie to anyone. Women want want you to tell them the truth, and when you tell them the truth, they don't like it so much because, hey, it doesn't go along with their program sometimes. And I understand that. I do. I understand that. But I'm not going to be getting married. I'm not going to do any of that stuff because I know who I am. I know who I am. Sometimes I wish I did know who I was. It'd be better if I was somebody else. Well, not somebody else, but different. If I was different, it would be better. I just go through the cycles up and down, and this last cycle is just, I went down and I haven't come back up. And I don't see me coming out of this. I hope I do. I hope I do. I feel better physically as far as the losing a lot of weight. If you lose 50-something pounds, you'll feel the difference. I feel better. I look better. I just feel better, I always felt good about myself. I always thought that I was, the best looking guy in the whole fucking crowd, because when I was younger, that might have been the case, but not when I'm older. Especially look at that video. Pot sucks. I look at that guy and say, man, who is that fucking guy? And now I'm too old, Too old. It's okay. I don't mind. Every dog has his day. I had my day, and I'm just gonna ride it out. I hope I can live for another 20, 30 years, maybe. I don't know. How old am I? 60. I remember one time I said this to a guy. I said, "Who would want to live to be 80 years old?" And my friend said, "Somebody that's 79." That's true. That's true. I can't believe my daughter's going to be on the second half of her 30s in her birthday. Wow. 2 little grandkids. It's wild. But one of the things that gives me enjoyment is my bird bath. Every morning it makes me feel good to go out and give the birds water. Because it's all frozen out there, still frozen. You go out, the whole thing is just totally frozen. And you put water in there, and all of a sudden the birds show up, and they're having a good time. They're just playing around, flying around, having a nice time. That makes me feel good. It does. A simple enjoyment. I'll see you later.